If you always struggle with having your arms too bent at the top, in this video we'll go over the two fixes, and neither of them are your left arm. The first fix will be your right arm, and then the second fix will be the root cause, which is your legs. If you don't fix both, you'll just revert back to overbending your arms at the top of the swing. First, we'll talk about the arms. The reason that we want them to be straighter is it's more consistent. If I go to the extreme and have my arms fully straight the entire time, I'd be very consistent at hitting the same spot. I just wouldn't hit it very far. The opposite would be overbending my arms because it feels like I can create more speed, but just the overbending and then extending is a lot more inconsistent. So what we need is to be somewhere in the middle where our arms are relatively straight, but we still allow them to bend a little bit so that we can be consistent but also create a little bit of speed. The key to keeping our arms straighter is really our right arm. If in the backswing our right arm bends, our left arm will bend also. So we got to keep our right arm straighter. The way that we're going to keep our arms straighter is not by just locking our arms to keep them straight. That'll make our arms very stiff, and we won't be able to create much speed. The way to actually keep our arms straight is to push our hands away from us. This is very similar to if I was jumping. If I stand here and I jump, I'm pushing away, I'm pushing into the ground, and my feet just happen to straighten. It's the same thing with our arms. To do this, we'll do the hand extension drill. So you're going to push your palms away from you, and you'll notice that my arms are pretty straight. Then throughout the backswing, you're just going to make a slow swing. I'm continuously pushing my palms away from me. And then when I'm at the top, you'll notice my right arm bent a little bit, but it's still relatively straight. And then you're going to push them down. So throughout the whole swing, I'm pushing away, pushing away, pushing away. Arms are relatively straight. And then I'm still pushing my hands away, pushing my hands away. That'll keep your arms very straight. From this view, when I do that, I'm pushing down, pushing away, pushing away, pushing away. My fingers are going to point up at the end of your swing, and then you're going to push down, push down, push down, and now my fingers point that way. So that's how we're going to keep our arms straighter, not by stiffening our arms, but by pushing our palms away. Now we're going to do this with a ball and a club. So I'm having the same feeling. I'm setting up. I'm pushing my palms away, pushing them away, pushing them away, pushing them away throughout the swing, and you'll notice my arms will stay relatively straight throughout the swing. Then we're just going to hit a ball. We're not trying to hit it very far because we don't want to try and add speed with the arms. If we try and add speed with the arms, we're going to overbend them and then extend them. We're going to fix the root cause of that with the legs. But for now, I'm just feeling like I'm wide, my palms are going away from me the entire time, and you're just going to hit little shots like this. Doesn't have to be very far. So I have a 6-iron here. I'm only hitting it a little bit over 100 yards. And when you do that, you're going to feel everything much straighter. Even though it feels like you're going to hit it much shorter, generally you're going to hit it about the same distance because what we lose in this speed by really overbending and extending, we're going to gain with making better and more consistent contact. So even though I'm swinging not super fast, I'm just keeping my arms wide, pushing my palms away from me, just hitting little shots. I'm going to make much better contact because there's no overbending and extending. You'll just get really good at this. When you're doing this, it might even feel like you're not going to take much of a divot. It's going to be more like you're just picking it off the ground. In between reps, you can do the Stenson drill, pushing them down, pushing them away, pushing them down, and then just adding a ball and just repeating. I recommend that you film yourself from this view, so then when you're hitting balls, you can see if the feel and the reel are the same. So it's going to feel like you're probably not even going to bend your arm, but when you see yourself on video, you are. You'll notice that you are, so you notice that you can still keep it a little bit straighter. And the other thing that you can look at the top of your swing, if your arms are too bent, your hands are going to be really close to your shoulder. If both your hands are pushing away, there'll be much bigger of a gap here. So that's part number one with the arms. We're going to push our palms away from us the entire time, both the backswing and the downswing. That's going to straighten our arms, and especially the right arm is a little bit more important because if this one is straight, this one will be straight as well. And this more of a wider swing, straighter arms will be much more consistent and your strike will improve. Now we'll go over the root cause of all this, which is the legs. So in the swing, if we don't use our legs and don't create power with our legs, especially at the beginning of our swing, we have to get the power from somewhere, and that somewhere is usually the arms. So we have to use more of our legs to start the swing so that we don't have to compensate and overbend our arms to try and feel like we create more power. What I want to see with the legs to have more of an active backswing, and that just means your backswing is going to be a little bit faster, especially this first part, and it's going to be more because of the legs. It's not just going to be you ripping your arms back. What I want to see is you can pretend that this club is stuck in the ground. For this example, I'm saying that I can't just rip it back with my arms. What I want, this is stuck in the ground, and if I had to get it out of the ground using my legs, to start the swing, even before the club moves back, I'd shift a little bit, and then I would straighten this right leg. When I do that, shift and then straighten, this first part of the backswing will be much faster. And what happens is you're creating a little bit more energy that can be used later in the swing, so now we won't have to add it later by bending and extending our arms. Also when we do this, so I'm shifting and straightening my right leg, you can see that my arms, I'm not trying to do anything with my arms right now, are almost getting thrown down the line at the camera. When that happens, it's going to keep your arms straight without you even trying. You would never do this and somehow be able to like snatch your arms in close. So you just sway a little bit and then extend this right leg. So you're just pushing into the ground and your leg will straighten. It doesn't have to lock out, it just has to get a little bit straighter, and that almost throws the club down the line, which will keep your arms a little bit straighter. Then you can take this to the ball. I'm not thinking straighten my arms at all. I'm literally just thinking shift and extend, put energy into the system very early with the legs so that I don't have to with the arms later. And you can just go up to it, hit a couple like that. And then you can have two different buckets. So you'll have some shots where you're just thinking of this, quick backswing, just so that we're using our legs early so we don't have to add energy late with our arms, which is why we bend our arms in the first place. So you'll get that good. And then you'll hit shots where you're feeling pushing your hands away from you, the Stenson drill, and just doing this, pushing your arms away from you, hitting little shots. On those, you don't think of your legs at all. You'll get good at the two drills, and they'll eventually just blend into your swing where your arms will be nice and straight at the top, and your strike should be much more consistent because your arms are going to be wider, which will help you with your contact. And now you don't have to overbend your arms because you're using your legs to start your swing.